Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on how you can get over your ex. If you are new, welcome. My name is Erin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I put out a video every Wednesday and Sunday. If you like what you see so far, please like and subscribe down below, or you can follow me on Instagram at Erin Heartbreak. I've recently come to terms with the fact that no one likes my makeup tutorials or when I talk about makeup, so I'm going to steer in a more lifestyle and clothes-oriented direction. I just feel like that's what people gravitate towards more because I have more passion when I discuss them, and I think you guys see that. So from here on out, I'm taking a heavy break on makeup. Besides that, we're gonna get right into my tips on how to handle your heartbreak. So I understand I'm smiling. I am currently married and happy, but obviously we have all gone through those breakups where you thought you were with the one, or maybe they were crazy and it was just a really bad relationship. I'll actually link down below a video I filmed where I discussed emotionally abusive relationships. I struggled filming that. I really didn't even want to upload it, but I'm so glad I did because I had so many people reach out to me that either had been in an emotionally abusive relationship, they had just gotten out of one, and they needed those little reminders that there is better out there on the horizon. I received messages from women who didn't even realize that they were in one, and they're like, holy crap, this sucks. So I just wanted to film something else for you. This one will be a little bit more fun. I want to keep it upbeat and positive because obviously you already feel like shit if you're single and just got out of a relationship. But my first tip is out of sight and out of mind. When you do this, you create an ex-free environment. And when I say out of sight, out of mind, I mean social media. That should be the first thing. You need to block him, her, you need to block them. You can't be seeing anything. It doesn't have to be a forever thing. Maybe the breakup wasn't that bad, but you're never gonna get over it if you keep looking at them. After you block your ex, I want you to unfollow everyone. I'm not saying unfriend everyone on Facebook because you're not trying to be petty or immature, but it might be a better idea if you unfollow the friends and family. That way that you're not seeing stuff that this person might be doing still, or who they're hanging out with, or where they are. Again, you're just trying to really clear your mind of everything ex-related. While you are creating this ex-free environment, it's also a good idea to stop hanging out with those mutual friends. You can easily send a text or a phone call and just say, hey, we're broken up right now. Like, we can do things separately, but I really just can't be doing things together, or put into those situations when you are trying to move on because you don't want to be in a situation where you're getting back with that person that you really just shouldn't be with anymore. While you are not hanging out with all of your mutual friends, you should also eliminate all of your old stomping grounds. There could be a favorite restaurant that you guys always went to, a certain drive, certain stores, certain restaurants. Just avoid them. After you have removed them from all social media and you are no longer hanging out with mutual friends or going to the same places that you guys would frequent together, I want you to get rid of all of your memorabilia. So this is cards, presents, ticket stubs, receipts, like anything that you guys did together. You don't need it anymore. It's trash. Get rid of it. It's done. My second tip is pretty hard, even for such a sweet girl like me, but don't talk shit. Karma is real. Karma will come for you, and remember, there are always multiple sides to stories. So if you're sitting there telling someone something, I bet they are sitting somewhere else telling them something very different. If that person wants to be nasty, let them be nasty and be the bigger person, but you do not want to be walking around bashing people. You could have had a really good relationship with their family, and if it goes back to their family, it's like, you just want to be the bigger person. So keep your mouth shut, and especially do not put it on Facebook. Don't put it on Facebook. I did that. I'm such a hypocrite. Learn from my mistakes. Don't put it on Facebook because it'll haunt you and no one will ever forget it. No matter what that person did for you, it's no one else's business but you and that person, so forget about it. My third tip is to talk it out. So this could be with your best friends over wine and pizza and a Netflix marathon, or maybe you're just crying to your mom and dad. You don't want to sit there and continuously bash the person, obviously, but maybe you just need to talk out your feelings and you really want to know what wow. Maybe you really just want to know what went wrong in the relationship. That was hard. Constructive criticism. So this really helps because you want to grow as a person. You want to know what went wrong in that relationship, whether it was you or them, and you want to grow from it. You want to learn from it. You don't want to repeat your mistakes. So when you do this, you will be a stronger, better you when you move on to your next relationship. If you are nice, I don't know how to put this. Some people are pretty naive in situations, or maybe they just really haven't gone through a breakup yet, and they think, let's stay friends. Why do you want to stay friends? What's the point? Are you gonna go to a movie? You gonna call them when you have a problem? Like, you're not gonna be friends. Even if you say, you know, you can call me, I'm always gonna be there for you. No, find someone else. Call your mom. Like, no, don't call your ex when you need someone. They are no longer that person. And I'm not saying it's not impossible to be friends with them again, because I'm definitely friends with some of my exes. One of my really, really best ever guy friends growing up was my first boyfriend and my first kiss. And him and Jonathan can sit down and shake hands and have a conversation. Relationships don't always have to be into this, that's their ex, I don't like them, she's so ugly. Have you seen her Instagram picture? Like, grow up. While you are leaning on your friends and family during this difficult time, you also want to remember to not drink alone. We all have bad days, but you don't want to come home after a bad day and pour yourself a glass of wine, and then it becomes a bottle of wine, and then you are drunk calling or drunk texting. Don't ever do it. You're just gonna feel so much worse the next day, and you wanna avoid that by all costs. My favorite thing to do after a breakup is to set a goal. So my last breakup, I was in a bad place just everywhere I looked in my life. I hated my job, I hated the people I was surrounding myself with, I wasn't happy in my relationship, so I decided to be a big girl and end my relationship, so that was one negative thing. And then I looked around at my job and I was just like, I'm not happy here. I'm not happy at all. So I left my job and I went to another one where I'm extremely happy now. And then I got into fitness. I dove right into spin. I was going every day, like during lunches, everything. I just had that goal, and I needed fitness to clear my head because I would just get so worked up where I was frustrated and I didn't know how to release that tension without doing something negative. So instead, I turned it into something positive. And while you are working on fitness, you're getting so hot. Obviously, setting a fitness goal is so good for so many reasons. Mentally, physically, you are just a better you all around, but it really, really does help so much with your mind, and it just clears everything out so you're not making irrational decisions like going home and drinking a bottle of wine and calling your ex that you just broke up with. A goal just doesn't have to be fitness. Like I said, you can go headfirst into your career, and I'm not saying lose sight of everything else around you, but you could just become a lot harder of a worker and focus your energy into your work instead of your negative relationship. Another thing you can do is get a hobby. I'll be honest, I have played a lot of sports, I've done dance, I honestly think I've tried it all, and I never really found a hobby until YouTube. I enjoy filming, I enjoy editing. I don't do this for anyone else but myself, and it's really therapeutic for me to just have my alone time away from whatever is going on in my life and just be about what I want to talk about that day and just have some peace and quiet, honestly, even though it's just hearing myself talk constantly. So this is usually my #1 thing that I tell someone to do, but everyone feels so differently about it. But date. I mean, don't go on Tinder, it's trashy. Don't go on Plenty of Fish because you get bombarded in 5 minutes. Go on Bumble where you have the control. I don't even know if these things are like still around. They've got to be around still. Or if there's any like new dating apps, but get on a dating app. Dating apps can be so much fun because you have the control and you can keep them where you want them. If you really just need to have your mind preoccupied, maybe you just want to get out of the house, or you really are looking for someone, or you're just looking for that rebound, you can do it. So I went on Bumble and I went on a lot of dates. I went on a new date probably every day. And I mean, this could be just grabbing coffee or grabbing dinner or grabbing a drink, but it was in my control. I wasn't out there looking for a boyfriend. I wasn't out there looking for a hookup. I basically just sat down and wanted a conversation. I wanted to get my mind off things. I wanted to know that there was other people out there that weren't like my ex. So I kind of was like setting standards for people, but if I was sitting at coffee and 15 minutes in, it was just a bad conversation or we didn't have a lot in common, I would politely just say, hey, like, thank you so much for meeting with me, but I just really don't think this is gonna work out, but it was so nice to meet you. Like, you don't have to be nasty to people or fake your way through a date and then ghost them. You can just be honest and be polite, and it worked out so well. This might be kind of weird, but I'm emotional, so I need to do these like weekly, but cry it out. You can be so frustrated and not be able to act out on something, and maybe just crying really helps you get those emotions out so you don't do anything irrational. I'm not saying cry because you're sad about the breakup or because you miss that person, but there's some times where I just think about something and I'll get so frustrated that I let someone treat me a certain way in a situation. It could be work related, it could be anything, and I just need those emotions out. And if you let them stay and get bottled up, it's really not healthy for you, and you're gonna hold on to that and never be able to let go of what might have happened in the past and how you should be moving on from it. If you are a female, this might be difficult, but don't scheme. You don't want to be coming for his new girlfriend or plotting on him at work. You don't want to be vandalizing anything. Just, again, out of sight, out of mind. Ex-free environment, do you, boo-boo. Like, leave them alone. Don't bother them. Don't worry about what they're doing. Don't plot. Just let them live their best life and you focus on yours. If anything, be grateful that they're no longer in your life and you get to do stuff on your terms. My final piece of advice might be weird, but I do this in every situation in life, and it's just text myself or make a note in your notepad on your iPhone. Knowing that you can put it out there is so good, and at the same time, it's like you can sit there and you can reread it and rethink it, and at least you haven't sent it to that person where then you regret it the next day or the next week or sometime after. For me, I always felt like after a breakup and having that no contact made me feel so much stronger. I sat there and I wasn't worrying about if they were thinking about me. I knew that I didn't want to talk to them and that I had nothing to say to them. And most of the time it drives the other person crazy, so they reach out to you anyways, and then you know, you messed up, you miss me, I'm better now, and I'm happy, and I'm still not gonna talk to your ass. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my tips on how to get over a breakup. If you are going through one right now, I'm sorry, but I promise you there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you will find someone that is a lot better. Just follow these tips and really focus on becoming a better you so you don't fall into any bad patterns. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.
Down with these niggas, I don't love these niggas, I don't stop these niggas, do it for fun, don't take it personal. Personally, I'm surprised you call me after the things I said.